Hi, welcome to part 9 of the React tutorials for beginners. In this part, we will learn about the different way by which we can style the React component. So we will learn the CSS style sheets, we will learn the inline styling, we will learn the CSS module which is specific to CSS only. So the first two methods are way in which we used to style in HTML CSS, the HTML thing. So the third thing, the CSS module, is specific to React only, and the fourth thing, CSS and JS library, it's a quite new thing, and it's very good, but it's a bit complicated and it's a bit last topic for a basic thing. So we are not going to cover this CSS and JS libraries. So there are many CSS and JS library. One of them is styled component. So if you want to learn, you can learn this. I will make a series about this style component soon. I have a blog about this, so you can check it out. Okay, so let's get started. So this is the project from my earlier part. It is already running, so it is showing this because it have this person list. So let me first comment it out, comment this out also, save it, and then after that go to the components, and here I will create two files. First file is style sheets.js, and the second file is style sheets.css. Yeah, and by convention, generally the CSS file, it is all small. Right now this components files are Pascal case, but the style files like CSS file, by convention, they are always lowercase. So like this. So let me increase the font size also. So here we are going to have two classes. One is the primary class. It will have a color of anything we can take, but there are very good HTML colors, so I will take some of it. Orange, not alternate orange, I will take orange red. Secondary color, let me take blue violet. No, not this. Yeah, blue violet. Let me save it, and now let me include this style sheet first, or else we have to come back. Import style sheets from components and the style sheets. So we have not created it yet, so let me go here and let me create a functional component, RAFCE, and it is created. And I will use fragment again, h1. It will have on h1. Let me say CSS style sheets, then a paragraph. Let me see whether lorem is working. Yeah, it is not working. So what I'm going to do, I want some text. So the best way to get it is from some ipsum text, hipster ipsum. So it is like lorem ipsum only, but it makes much sense. This is hipster ipsum. So I will get it from here only, hipster ipsum. Let me take this. Okay, it is okay to have till here. We'll use it again. So let me save it, and not this, let me save this, and then this. So yeah, so it is showing properly. So now we'll go back to the style sheet, and we want to include this style sheets.css. This one we want to include. So the way to include it is in React. So we are doing the first way now. So the way to include it is just simply by doing my import style sheets.css, just like this. Style sheets.css, have included it. And one thing to notice is that we need this .css here. Suppose we include a component, see, we are not giving that .js there. Yeah, but here we need to give, and we are not doing anything like export or something. It is a plain CSS file, just like what we used to have in HTML. Nothing fancy, nothing like a component or something, just a plain CSS file. So we are including it like this. Okay, so let me save it, and now we are going to use it. So, and again, this is like, you can treat it as like HTML, plain HTML, because JSX is at the end of it, it's a render HTML only. So here we want to use it. So like HTML, like normal CSS, we are going to use it, but with class name. As you know, in JSX we don't have class, we have a class name. And so we are going to use it. So as you can see, it is just like plain HTML CSS, and then again class name equal to secondary. Let me save it. Yeah, and it is reflecting properly. So this is the first way. Now we will look into inline styling. So inline styling is also a way in the normal HTML CSS which we do inline styling, and people say it is not generally preferred, but I think in ReactJS it is much more preferred. We will see soon why it is much more preferred than doing it through this style sheet. There is a problem in the style sheet. The problem was there in normal HTML CSS projects only. I will tell about it soon. There is a very big problem. So for inline styling, what I am going to do, I am going to create an object. Yeah, so inline styling is a bit different in React, because we generally create an object, and we can directly also do it. I will show you soon, but like this, and we give the properties here, CSS. So font size 20 px, but as you can see, it is giving me error. Why? And one thing, notice this, I have to give this quotes also. Okay, so font size, it is giving me error because in React we don't do it like this. We give camel case, it will become like this. So now the error is gone, and then these quotes are very important. So in normal CSS we don't give any quotes or something like that. We give like this, but here it is very important. Then in normal CSS we want to give the next property, we give the colon, but quote, but here we give the comma. So we give the comma, and then background. Now I want to give background color. Again I have to give camel case. Everything is in camel case. Okay, and see, I have to give inside single quotes or double quotes, yellow. Now I want to use this para styled. So how to use it? So first let me create one more paragraph. Let me bring some more hipster. me save it. Okay, so it has come here. So I want to style it. So how to style it? So there is a style thing, so I will use that attribute style, and then within curly bracket, because this is an object, this is a variable, and in React we can use variable like this. So I will use it here, and let me save it, and it is working properly. Font size is 20 pixels, it got increased, and background color is yellow. Okay, so this is one way to use it. There is actually another way to use the inline styling, so I will show that style also. Let me do one thing. Let me make a paragraph out of this. So I am having a new paragraph like this, and I want to do another way of inline styling. Instead of creating the object here, I can do it directly also here. So I will do style equal to this curly bracket. I want to, what I can do, I can sort of, you can think it like that, I am copying it here and pasting it here. So I need another curly bracket, and I can do the same thing here. Instead of declaring a variable, I can do it directly here. So color is red, and back. See, VS6 is this VS Code is also giving me the suggestion, and it is giving me the camel case. Background color light gray. Let me do one thing. Don't want this much. Light gray. Okay, let it be like this. So it is working fine. So this is the another way. Now we will look into CSS modules, but before CSS modules, as I had told, the first way was using it through this import, which is the way of HTML CSS also. It have a very big issue, and this issue occurs a lot when we are using in a very big production project. What happens, whatever I give it here, it becomes global thing. So even, and this is not a desired thing property. When it becomes global, what I don't want, maybe I give something, h1, and it becomes global again. Suppose these are classes, it is okay. But what happens if I give something like this, because this is also a valid CSS. If I give something like h1 and font size is 72 pixel, okay, see, okay, this will come here, it's okay, it's a desired thing. Suppose then after that I came here and I don't want this style sheet anymore, or maybe I have something else also after this. So okay, let's think like that. After this I have another component like modules. Okay, so modules.js, and it will again be a functional component RFCE, and here I have h1. So I included it and it came. But see this h1, it is actually 72 pixel. This h1 is quite big. Why it is 72 pixel? I didn't even imported this style sheet like this style sheet here, but it is taking this h1 property. So this is the problem with CSS, and it breaks a lot of code in big projects. So the best way is to either use CSS modules, which will be very easy, or use CSS and JS. So what happens, it restricts the CSS to that file only. So we'll see how it restricts. So it is very easy. CSS, actually this CSS modules, it is very easy. What we need to do, we need to just create a file with the module word. So we will create a new file like style sheets dot module dot. This dot module is very important. Okay, so it will be like this, and then after here that here and coming header, color brown, background color, yeah, this seems good. Let me save it, and then I will go here in the modules. And to include modules, it's a different way, it's a bit different way. Import, we have to use this import styles from, we use this styles, not like that earlier. See, here we have included it directly, not here. Modules from styles, and it is in the same directory. So style sheets dot module dot css. Okay, and I want to include it, so I will come here, class name equal to, again styles, I have declared styles dot header. So the header class which I have done, so header. So let me save it, and it will work perfect. It will work as intended. And so this is the power of modules. So I cannot miss, this will not go anywhere else. Suppose, see, even this was there, so it didn't reflect it here. This was also an h1, it didn't reflect it here because it is restricted. We're using it with the styles keyword. So this is how modules are there, and this is why you should use them. So this completes our part 9. See you soon in the next part.